If I asked you to name even a single typing game, you might struggle to think of one besides maybe Typing of the Dead. It's a pretty niche and underrepresented genre, though to be fair, there's only so much you can do with it, and a lot of complications. Epistory Typing Chronicles is a game developed by Fishing Cactus and released in 2016, and it tried to make an adventure typing game, and apart from being notable on uniqueness alone, I think it could be considered a pretty good game, so let's talk about it. The plot of Epistory is that of a story being written. You control a girl riding a fox, and a world created by pages where text creates and destroys. The writer of this story will act as the narrator, commenting on your adventures as the world is brought to life. As you go further, you'll come across dialogue not narrated by the writer, hinting at the game being some sort of metaphor. There's a bit left up to interpretation, though I found the plot really only comes up at the end, where it could have been more evenly spread out. The presentation here is wonderful though. The world is made of pages and everything is designed in a papercraft style. This game looks gorgeous and spans a lot of different environments as you travel, from nice fields to fiery depths to dark forests to ruins and more. Epistory takes the time to show off its visual style. I also love the effect of the world being created as you develop more of it. It's a fun way of visualizing the concept of a world being written by having the literal world building story pages build the world. The music here is also pretty good, ranging from peaceful melodies to more tense pieces when fighting enemies. I could do with maybe more variety in terms of the battle tracks, but it's fine for a short game. But on the topic of enemies, you're probably wondering how this typing game even plays. Epistory actually has a pretty simple and friendly gameplay system. You move around using either the arrow keys or some other buttons that are more suited to a traditional typing layout. As you journey along, you'll find various things to interact with. These can be rocks to break, flowers to bloom, chests to open, or the occasional insectoid enemy. From here, you'll activate typing mode, keeping you in place while you type the word shown above what you want to interact with. Successfully typing the word will cause the desired effect, or damage the targeted enemy. What's cool is that the words chosen all correlate to what you're doing. Blooming flowers will have you name a type of flower, breaking rocks will have you typing the names of rocks, lighting fire will have you type words related to heat, and speaking of fire, that's another thing about this game. As you progress, you'll gradually unlock elements to imbue your words with. This will give you access to new areas as well as a bonus in combat. Fire will help burn things in the environment and burn an extra word off of enemies, whereas ice will freeze things in the environment and also keep enemies in place. I also like how when you don't have the element needed, aspects of the environment appear in some other text, as if it's completely incomprehensible to you. Just about everything you do will amass experience points. This can be done in many ways, and when you collect enough of them, you can develop more of the world and explore further. This will lead you to dungeons which contain areas worth a lot of XP, as well as maybe new elements. The ends of these dungeons usually contain some kind of battle area. These will pit you against an onslaught of enemies to put your typing skills to the test. Now, I'm by no means a professional typer, but I found these areas to be pretty challenging at times. Juggling which enemies to tackle with which elements can make for a nerve-wracking but exciting experience when you finally win. Regarding the difficulty though, Epistory has the options for both adaptive and static difficulties. It also allows you to pick from various keyboard layouts and languages. While I admittedly found myself struggling in certain areas, I did find myself enjoying Epistory. It was fun to see what new environments I could find, and collect the artwork in each dungeon which would gradually fill in a picture. It was fun to level up my skill as growing stronger to better type my foes into submission. I know this is a bit of a weird sell, but I think it's one worth trying. Apparently people like this game enough that they developed a sequel, Nanotale. I haven't gotten around to playing it, but if it improves on Epistory, I think it's worth a shot. So if you want to try out a typing game with a beautiful art style and surprisingly intense combat, go pick up Epistory. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like or comment. If you want to hear about more underappreciated games, subscribe to my channel for more content.